Hey everyone, welcome to the episode of That's All Funny, episode number 685. We're doing it right. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Hey, there's all my money things there if you want to give to the podcast there. There's the Cash App, there's the PayPal, there's the Venmo, there's the Buy Me a Coffee, but no, that's I thought I'd make that because I just had extra time. That was pretty funny to me. No, we're here. I'm here. It's just another day of you know, what's it called? Just surviving, chilling, hoping, waiting, praying, all that stuff. Uh, I was talking to my niece yesterday. She was showing me some video about a toxic lady that I guess they had cancer and was whenever she was given like some sort of diagnosis, she got real desperate, decided to try a treatment of whatever chemicals were in her bathroom, under her bathroom sink or something, or whatever she heard, and she ended up becoming like toxic to where when she went to the hospital and they opened her up, everyone there like fainted and all the shit. I don't know. I it was interesting, but it reminded me of like the nuclear Boy Scout. If you've ever heard of that, you should look it up. It's pretty interesting about the kid that was really into nuclear reactors and stuff. So he just collected about a bunch of nuclear shit. But yeah, no, I just listened to the new Marilyn Manson song that came out, and it was all right. Was it "You're Only as Sick as the Secrets Within"? I think that's the name of the song. "You're only as sick as the secrets within." And he hasn't changed, or she hasn't changed, or it hasn't changed, whatever Marilyn Manson goes by. Uh, right there, it looks like Nicolas Cage. It's kind of, or he looks like Paul Dano right there. If you know who Paul Dano is, the actor, but it was I don't know, it was all right. I'm now that I'm older, I've a more open like opinion for music because I know back then if it was too metal or too weird or too too something, I was very not open to it. I was like, nah, I don't want to listen to it. If it wasn't like System of a Down or No Doubt or Ace of Base or the Red Hot Chili Peppers, I was like, nah, I don't listen to it. Uh, and now I'm like, yeah, I'll listen to it. I'll listen to it and give my opinion on it. So yeah, that new Marilyn Manson track, it was all right. That's all I can pretty much say. It was all right. Uh, I don't see. I don't know. I don't see. I see why there's the hype for it because he's back after almost getting canceled or typically getting canceled and then coming back from the dead. Back from the dead, back from the dead. That's good. The Marilyn Martinez. She came back from the dead. No, I don't know. But yeah, no, good for you, Marilyn Manson. I applaud you. Clap, 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 clap for making a pretty decent song and hopefully, you stay out of trouble. I know there was my favorite thing about Marilyn Manson is I heard like a rumor that he keeps his house really cold. And I've talked about this before, where his house is like a freezer, where it's always like 40 degrees, and I love that idea, and I want to be like I want to be that rich to where I can afford to have my house at 40 degrees at all times, like a refrigerator, and I could just leave things out. Like I could leave the fucking iced coffee or milk out, and it'll stay cold because the whole house is a refrigerator. But yeah, that'd be nice. That's a goal I can set in life to have. But speaking of music, Aerosmith has announced that they're actually retiring this time because Steven's voice is, and I guess Steven Tyler, right? The dream on, dream on, dream on, dream on, dream on, Love in an elevator, love in an elevator. That's a fun song to play on. I remember when Guitar Hero Aerosmith came out. I'm not really an Aerosmith. There's one of the bands that I'm like, Dream On's good. There's a few other songs. Dude looks like a lady. I think that's from Mrs. Doubtfire. No, but uh, Dream On's fun too. But yeah, I know whenever I would play Guitar Hero Aerosmith, I loved playing Love in an Elevator because it was just a fun song to play. And now that they're retiring, I mean, good for them. Like dude, they're old. Dude, you're fucking old. Like, go home with your family. What are you even here? So yeah, I don't see why it's so heartbreaking, for them to retire because they've been touring for so long and everyone has had a chance, I'm sure, to see them two, three, four times over. So they need to rest. And I aspire to be like the people in Aerosmith because they had drug problems, but they could afford to be on those drugs. Like, if I remember reading, and this is just allegedly because this is my opinion, I'm not gonna ask Jamie, my producer, to check it out, but um, that they'd be on cocaine and all that all the time, but it was never a drug problem because they could afford the drugs. That's when the problem happens, is when you can't afford the drugs. That's, everyone knows that. If you can continue to afford the drugs, then there's no problem, That's just how life works. But yeah, good for Aerosmith. They have pretty good few bangers. I do love. There's also like a Joe Perry. I think he's the guitarist, right? Joe Perry. There's a special solo he does on Guitar Hero Aerosmith just for the game, and it's when you battle him, and that's really fun to play. If you ever get a chance to listen to the Guitar Hero Joe Perry battle solo, that shit's fun to play. I remember I like perfected it where I would play like I could play that shit like blindfolded. That was always fun. That was. More on the new Twitter news. After 33 years, Game Informer magazine will immediately cease publication, and the staff has been laid off by GameStop, who owns Game Informer. The team at Game Informer contributed so much to the gaming industry over the years. Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, this is a shame, but it's no surprise. Like, I'm pretty sure, Game Informer, you could get it if you signed up for GameStop Plus or whatever their shit is, the GameStop rewards membership shit. And I would get it in. Wouldn't read it, just go to the side. Anything you read now in print is outdated, I think, and it's more obviously the internet. We get the news immediately as it happens. Shit, they even had and I was trying not to talk politics in this episode, but they had where a person, well, they're tweeting out the VP pick for Kamala Harris or Kamala, right? Kamala, Kamala Harris. They're tweeting out the VP pick for Kamala Harris, and it was supposed to be announced like, I don't know, a week from now or something like that. But they accidentally tweeted it, and people were like, "Oh man, they really let out this secret." But some people are thinking that it was done on purpose to try to get buzz for that person. I don't know. News is instant now, is what I'm trying to say. And with Game Informer, we would get these news and previews, uh, fucking weeks later, if not months later, and I don't know. It print. I love a good book. I like reading a physical book. It's hard for me to do anything PDF like on the computer, to read. And I don't have an iPad. I need to get an iPad or some sort of tablet so I can read PDFs better. But I don't know. I feel bad because I do like uh reading physical news or new physical books, but it just becomes outdated. So, rest in peace to Game Informer. You tried 33 years. That's a good run. You laid off the staff. I'm sure there wasn't very many of you. At least there shouldn't be. With the way things are. And I don't know. I'm sure it'll be continued somewhere in the world online. It never dies, unfortunately. And I know you could always go. Fortunately and unfortunately, it never dies, right? And you could always go on to like Internet Archives and read old PDFs of it again. So it's always going to be alive in some form and shape. But lastly, here on the news, Colin Kaepernick's new company Lumi aims to use AI to help people tell stories in comics, and comic creators are not impressed. Now, I didn't read this. No, did I read the article? Maybe I did. Who knows? Let's keep it at that. And I might have skimmed it, but Colin Kaepernick's trying to say like, oh, comics are pretty easy to make. I think we could streamline this and have it like an AI thing where you type in what you want to put, and then AI creates a comic or graphic novel based on your prompts. Just like what they're doing with movies, just like what they're doing with songs, just like what they're doing with everything. So it's kind of a spin in the face to comic creators because I know the circle I kind of run with are real big on creating comics, and I don't know. This is kind of like, I don't know what he has to do with it other than fronting up the money, because I'm sure he's got the money to front up to have an app create comics. But I don't know. I feel like this is just going to cause more chaos and problems than it does anything. And again, I don't agree with it. I like using it, to maybe uh think of an answer real quick, or help me with my parlays, or help me with my homework, but not necessarily give me all of everything or create all of everything. To me, it's more of a gimmick than it is the real thing. And like I used that Sona or whatever the other day to create a song about a guy named Shelby Sloan, and let's just say it was funny, the song, but I wouldn't put it out there onto Spotify or Apple Music and then hopes that like it um I don't know, you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't hope that it hit to where it made me $1 million in streams. Like it'd be like, oh shit, I didn't really create this, or at least I don't feel like I did. But Shelby Sloan, I'll have to release that here at least and listen to it because that shit's all funny. That it's all funny, guys. No, I don't think you were listening to the podcast. That's all funny. It's good one where podcasts really fun. That's all funny. I got podcasts on funny games, all that stuff. We talk about wrestling, search it up on YouTube for the podcast. Got a YouTube channel, youtube.com/ at Lorenzo Ariola, where you can um man, I'm having a stroke right now, where you can watch video versions of this or that, or anything related, to That's All Funny. Also do a live show with the wonderful Mint Salad called Tits and Areolas, where we talk about a movie we watch, play a little game. It's fun. She's hot. I'm a piece of shit. It works out. So just check it out. There's a podcast for that too. Just search for Tits and Areolas with Mint Salad. You'll find that if you just want to listen to it. If you want to commission any art from the great artist that does all art for the show, check out at Retro Horror Inc. on Twitter and Instagram. That's at Retro Horror Inc. If you want to give to the show, help, you know, fucking if you want to donate to the show, there's all the donations there: PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, Buy Me a Coffee. Check out the Patreon, guys. Hit me up at Lorenzo Ariola on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.